All right, welcome back. Good to see you guys in chat. Poyu, Lorelai, JF. How are you all doing on this Tuesday? I had a look at some of your messages before I went live. And let's see, Poyu, you said here, Juuri sain kuunneltua loppun J.S. Bachin Matteuspassion. So you just finished listening to the J.S. Bach's, I don't know what that translates to in English. The Passion of Matthew? Is that it? But yeah. And Lorelai. That's something about. Hold on, let's pull it into Google Translate. It'll make it a little easier. I mean, it'll make it a lot easier. Okay, yeah, suunnitelma is a plan. Suunnitelmani, my plans. Yeah, menevat get ruined. Or pilalle. Kun or is it menevat pilalle? Does that mean like it gets ruined? Kun asioita peruntuu. When things get canceled. And sorry that things got canceled on you, Lorelai. Yeah, JF, it's time to learn Finnish again. I don't know what I'm going to teach you. I feel like it's mostly you guys teaching me. And hey, 27, welcome in. Okay, St. Matthew Passion. As the J.S. Bach. And yeah, it's going to be quite warm, Lorelai. Until, what, the 11th of December? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. And on the one hand, I do like that there isn't ice on the ground. It makes it a little bit easier for running. But I don't like that it's, I don't know, so overcast and wet. But yeah. And you got an exam, Lorelai, on the 15th. Okay. Hope it goes well. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, I don't know about you guys, but I'm so tired. When winter hits, it's just like the sun goes down at like 4 o'clock. And I'm just like, I feel like it's 2 a.m. It's only 7 o'clock. But let's do some of the news. I think that would be good. Am I building a gingerbread house this Christmas? I don't have plans to, but it's not, I'm not against it. It could be a fun thing. But yeah, we did get a little snow earlier, Lorelai, true. Yeah, it was quite nice. Okay, let me pause this music and let's watch the Selko. Your body's trying to hibernate, Lorelai.
Nyt uutisia helpolla suomen kielellä.
Hyvää päivää.
Aluksi uutinen hoitoalan työpaikoista. Hyvinvointialueet aikovat irtisanoa tuhansia työntekijöitä.
I might pause. And I'm going to try and translate as we go. Because if I don't do that, I'm just going to fall asleep. I'm not I do not have the strength of will to focus. So let's try and do some of these sentences. We don't have to translate every sentence, but we'll see. Oh, and hey, Helion, welcome in. Good to see you. That's true. It's all about managing expectations. If you expect the day to last only until 2 p.m., getting dark at 4 plus 2 hours of daylight, or if your base normal day as being totally dark, any light is a plus. Yeah, I just gotta. I don't know. That's God, if it works for you, Helion, absolutely. Hyvinvointi alueet, that the well-being regions, aikovat. Aikovat. That means like they plan to do something or they are about to do something. Irtisanoa. Oh, I'm pretty sure this means they're going to fire, right? I remember this word for like firing someone from their job. It's sort of like you say them away. The speaking away of a person. Thousands of workers or employees. Työntekijöitä. Yeah, to make redundant.
Lapin hyvinvointialue kertoi eilen, että se ehkä irtisanoo 365 työntekijää.
Työntekijää. Yeah, I was saying that the Lapland's well-being region said yesterday that it maybe is firing 365 employees.
Myös Etelä-Karjalassa, Keski-Suomessa ja
All
Pirkanmaalla
these other
voi
regions
loppua satoja hoitoalan työpaikkoja.
can end or may end hundreds of health, I would say healthcare, but health or care sector employees. What are words?
Hyvinvointialueet irtisanovat työntekijöitä.
Oh wait, I wasn't paying attention. What was it? The well-being regions are firing employees.
Työntekijöitä, koska niiden on pakko säästää rahaa.
Because they on pakko. Well, it's about saving money. Säästä rahaa. Does this mean like they need to save money? Pakko. But hey, Vlad, welcome in. Good to see you.
Hyvinvointialueet aikovat irtisanoa
Okay, we already translated
työntekijöitä. Ammattiliitto Tehy sanoo, että hyvinvointialueet ovat käyneet tänä vuonna yli 60 muutosneuvottelua.
All right. Look, I was going to translate it, but then I'm like, if they can't put the full sentence in one caption, then I'm not going to go back and find the first half of the sentence.
Seuraavaksi aiheena on nuorten huolet.
I recognize this. I feel like, yeah. Isn't this like, if you showed this picture to a random sample of Finnish people, what % of Finnish people would be able to name where this is? I feel like it's got to be like 99%, right? Like even people who aren't from Helsinki are going to know where this is, right? Poyu, you're saying 25%? I guess maybe there are a bunch of people, and there probably are also a bunch of old people in Helsinki who wouldn't even know, like recognize this. Or maybe they came through here, but they have dementia. It's like, so I mean, you know, you're saying 20%? To me, this seems like such an obvious, like, because the number of times I've had to walk through here, because it's a shopping center, but it's also like where you go to the metro or the buses. You know, it's one of the major hubs in Helsinki to get connections. But yeah, Vlad, it's Kamppi. Yeah. So you guys, aren't as confident about it as I was. Maybe this is my bias. Pakottaa is to force somebody to do something or get forced. So in this case, yeah, the well-being regions are forced to fire people in order to save money. But yeah, Helion, you're saying only those in the Helsinki area, probably. I guess. I'm just such a Helsinki centric. The rest of Finland doesn't exist. All right. Okay, and JF, you didn't recognize it. I was overconfident with that 99%, but I guess maybe it would be a lot less. That's just the Kaukkoliikenteen terminaali. Wait, where is that? A fifth of Finns live in Helsinki region, so about 1 in 5. Yeah. I just figured that even people outside of Helsinki would pass through here. And it has such an memorable architecture, right? Like this big circle that goes all the way up through the building through like 5 floors. But yeah, it was like 8 years ago for you, 27, when you visited here. Yeah. I go through here pretty often. Oh wait, I wasn't paying attention. Hold on.
on nuorten
Huolet.
huolet.
So the next topic is the youth. I don't know what huoli. Some things of the youth. Well, hopefully we'll figure it out.
Suomalaiset nuoret ovat huolestuneita sodasta ja köyhyydestä.
Wait. Okay, Finnish young people have huolestuneita. No idea. Sodasta. War? Does this have to do with war? Ja köyhyydestä. I have no idea what that word is. But we'll get there. It's okay for me not to know words. Is it also, maybe it means like their concerns. Like what is sort of like concerning them? So maybe they're concerned about the war and about something else. Maybe like this, I don't think it's climate change, but it probably, if I'm following the context clues, I know that's pretty common for people, for young people to be worried about the future of the planet, right?
Nuoria huolestuttaa myös ilmastokriisi.
There you go. Yeah. Young people are also concerned. I don't know if this means concerned, but whatever. They're worried about the ilmastokriisi, the climate crisis. But yeah. Lorelei, the far travel terminal, the Kaukkoliikenteen terminaali. Wait, where is that, Lorelei? Is that in Helsinki or somewhere else, or maybe where you live? Älä huoli siitä. Don't worry about it. Okay, so it does have to do with worry. Yeah, huoli is important here. It is okay for me not to know words. Yes. All right. Because how else am I going to get through this veil of tears that we call life? We just have to keep picking ourselves up. But I have practiced Finnish and Swedish more regularly the past week, all right? I've been more consistent.
Moni myös pelkää, että he eivät löydä työpaikkaa.
Yeah, many also fear. Pelko is a fear. Pelkää. They fear, että he eivät löydä työpaikkaa. That they are not going to find work.
Tämä selviää lasten ja nuorten säätiön kyselystä.
Tämä selviää lasten. Why is lasten capitalized? So, I mean, is this the name of an organization? Lasten ja nuorten säätiön, right? Like the Children and Young People's Association. There's a survey or a report. Kyselys that selviää. I think of selvä meaning like it's clear, but selviää, it's sort of like, it's kind of like in other topics it'll say näin kertoo something something, you know, like the report. So yeah, I can't even like think in English right now. Like, I feel like I know what this means, but I can't come up with an English translation. English is failing me. But yeah, this is all according to a report, or a report shows this information. Yeah. Oh, the terminal in Compi below the HSL buses is called the Far Travel Terminal. Oh, I don't know why I didn't know that. You know, I know why I didn't know that, because it's a long Finnish word and I just ignore it. And because you don't actually see that word if you're going to and from Kampi. All the stops in Kampi are just labeled as Kampi. So that's what I know it as. I didn't know it had another name, or a part of it had a special name. Yeah. The name of the foundation, the Satya Foundation, that's the word. I said association. My progress has been positive. Thanks, Vlad. You clearly recognize more words and pronunciation is better. Hell yes. That's what I'm talking about, all right? How do I say hell yeah in Finnish? What is what is the word for hell? Isn't it like helvete or something like that? Helvete, yes. Helvete, yes. Am I making up new slang for you guys? Vlad is immediately going to retract the compliment. And yeah, 27, Compi does still have the Muji shop on the third or fourth floor. Yeah, it's still there. Well, first of all, you wouldn't use the word hell in that idiom. Well, you would know Helion. I've you gotta translate literally. What is it? Helvete is helvete in Swedish. Helvete, yes.
Kyselyyn vastasi 2400 nuorta.
Um, Vastasi. So the questionnaire, I assume this is the verb, right? Like the questionnaire was given to 2,400 young people. Like that's the meaning of it, is that this number of young people responded to the questionnaire. Vastasi. Or is it vastasi? Wait, what is the subject of this sentence? I am actually going to switch my English logic. I would normally say the questionnaire asked 2,400 people or young people. Instead, it should be that like 2,400 young people responded to the questionnaire, right? Also because it has the N, the genitive ending here. So it kind of gives the sense that it's probably not the subject. The HSL terminal is on the other end of Compi, but still one floor above the other one. I don't even know. vastata is to answer. Okay, yeah, 2,400 young people answered the survey, responded. Yeah.
Yli puolet nuorista luottaa, että tulevaisuus on hyvä.
Go back. Over half of young people luottaa. I forget what this means. I should know what this is, but whatever. That tulevaisuus on hyvä. That the future is good. So is it that they said or reported that the future is good? Not all responses are answers, but all answers are responses. Or how did it go, Helion?
Että tulevaisuus on hyvä.
Että tulevaisuus.
Luottamus Suomen tulevaisuuteen on kuitenkin vähentynyt.
Whoa. Luottamus Suomen tulevaisuuteen on kuitenkin vähentynyt. Something, the future of Finland is, however, lessening. Or has lessened.
Suomalaiset nuoret ovat huolestuneita sodasta ja köyhyydestä.
The Finnish young people ovat huolestuneita sodasta ja köyhyydestä. Yeah, we didn't translate this word yet, but we'll get to it after. But yeah, Finnish young people, we already translated that sentence.
Asiantuntijan mukaan on tärkeää, että nuoret voivat puhua huolista.
So it's like research. Is it researchers plural or researcher singular? Asiantuntija, right? That's a singular researcher. According to a researcher, it is important that young people can talk about their concerns or their worries. Do you guys know where this is? Because I know where this is. I know something you don't know. Okay, how about that for a change? I feel like I do these live streams and my lack of Finnish is so evident, and everyone in chat can speak better Finnish than me. However, can you name the location? Are you a geodetective? All right. According to an expert. Okay. According to an expert. We're doing pretty well.
Lopuksi aiheena on kirjavienti.
Yeah, the final piece of news is about why do I feel like vienti is export or tariffs? There was a word, not tariffs, but we had a word like this a week or two ago where it was like imports and exports. I'm going to say book exports. But I mean, context clue is more of like a book fair, right? There's some big book fair happening. So it could be that as well. Yeah. Yeah, it was in Helsinki. Oh yeah, I didn't even tell you guys where it was. This is looking out from the train station towards the east. Like over to the left, if you turned left, you would see the National Theater. And there's a bunch of buses that leave from here. And to the right, you would have the sausage building, Makkaratalo. And if you go down this road, that will take you to the university library and some other places. And then if you followed it, it kind of turns north, and it crosses a bridge into Kallio. A question, if you're in a store or something like that and someone starts speaking Finnish to you, are you automatically looking down for the subtitles? Yeah. I just I hold my phone out. They're I don't know, you get Chat GPT or Google Translate just to automatically do it for you. No, I don't do that. But that's also because I don't really use my phone when I'm out like that. I don't know. I I just I raw dog it, okay? Didn't they tear Makaratalo down or was it just planned? There actually was some news about it where they did some renovations or they were planning some renovations and there was a big debate about whether to take down the sausage part of the building. Uh, that Also, my parents came to visit me here, and that was one of the first things I showed them because from the airport, I picked them up at the airport and we came to the train station. And when we got off at the train station, I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is the sausage building. It was considered one of the ugliest buildings at some point, but now it's like beloved, right? That people didn't want to remove the big concrete sausage roll that goes around the building. Even though it's so ugly, Finnish people are like, but it's our ugly building, dang it. Don't change it. Oh, but yeah. Um, but yeah, Rautatientori is the square east of the railway station. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's the name of that area. They tore down the car ramps. That's true. Yeah, yeah, they took those out and I and now there's like entrances and whatever for like shops and stores there, which is nice actually. Like I am anti-car. I am pro pedestrian streets. And honestly, that's one of the ways in which Helsinki really needs to improve. It is shameful that so much of the city real estate is just dedicated to street parking, especially when there's plenty of parking like beneath the ground. Like we have the most extensive tunnel network. Like just put the parking down there. I know there already are parking garages down there, but for real, we shouldn't be like giving away the prime real estate where people experience their lives in the city to having cars and you know lack of lack of bicycle lanes and lots of other little things that kind of yeah, having lived in Helsinki so long, I feel like it's overdue. Like it's time to change. It's, it's time to update and move on. Like we know the science. We know it's better for people when they live in pedestrian friendly areas. We need to get rid of these cars. Of course, it's nothing like American cities, right? Like it's way ahead of what like an American downtown city would be, but still we could also have like so much more green space. And like people could have more like gardens and we could have more trees planted. Like that would be really nice. But yeah. Anyways, okay. Yeah, the 60s and 70s and their cars.
Lopuksi aiheena on kirjavienti. Suomi myy ulkomaille vähemmän kirjoja kuin muut Pohjoismaat.
Also, do you know where this is? I know where this is. This is just a geo detective around Helsinki. If anyone in chat can name where this is, because I distinctly recognize all of this. The everything. Yeah. Okay. Finland sells abroad fewer books than other northern countries. Pohjoismaat. I guess in this case it's like Nordic countries, not just northern countries. Right. Yes, okay, you guys, some of you guys got it. Yeah, Lorelei, 27. But yeah, the academic library. Akateeminen kirjakauppa. Odie is a good guess too, Vlad. But yeah, it's a bookstore. So yeah, Odie maybe wouldn't if you can see. You can't really tell that it's a bookstore, I guess, until but
Pohjoismaiden kirjallisuusvientiä on vertailtu nyt ensimmäistä kertaa.
it went away too fast. Okay, Nordic kirja how can I say that word? Kirjallisuusvientiä. So I would say this means like literature, right? I guess it's sort of like book, but I don't know. It doesn't literature exports. That sounds weird in English because it's like just book sales of books abroad. On vertailtu nyt ensimmäistä kertaa. The sales have, I don't know this word. I forgot. They have done something now for the very first time. Ensimmäistä kertaa. But yeah. 27, you bought a book there the last time you visited. And oh, and you can see on the other side of the street from the academic bookstore is the Moomin shop. I also took my parents there. No, but there's something about this shop that every time I've gone into that store or walked past that store, it is 2/3 of the people in there are Japanese or Chinese. It's it's like a hot spot. Asian tourist, they know to go to the Moomin shop. Uh, and I mean, obviously, I know the Moomins are big in Japan, right? So when Japanese people come to Finland, they go. It is funny because like in the U.S., I had never heard of the Moomins ever, not until I came to Finland. We didn't. I'm sure maybe some parts of the U.S. had Moomins, but yeah, no, I didn't grow up with them at all. I'd never seen them. It's because it was Mickey Mouse territory. All right, get your little Moomin, your dirty little hippo paws off of me. That Mickey Mouse on Donald Duck. You guys know about the Donald Duck. That was another thing I had to talk to my parents about because we walked past the I don't know if it's the headquarters, probably not the headquarters, but we walked past an office for what's the publishing company that publishes the Aku Ankka comics? Big publishing company here in Finland. But yeah, and they had a poster with Donald Duck on it. And then I had to explain to my parents, I was like, it's not just Donald Duck randomly. It's like Donald Duck is like the icon of Finland. And Donald Duck is also colloquially given credit for the high literacy rate here in Finland among Finnish kids. Growing up, kids would read, what is it? At least my Finnish friends would tell me it was a big deal. It was like on Tuesdays when the Donald Duck comic would come in the mail. And if you had siblings, you had to have an order for like when it came in the mail, that was you'd have to take turns so that one person would read it first and then the next person could get it and you would have to rotate. It was yeah. It was also fun when my parents visited. I was able to like I, I was reminded of a lot of weird things about Finland that I had forgotten because it's so normal to me now. But yeah, you get your sci-fi books at the academic bookstore because they have the best selection in Helsinki. True, they do have a very good selection. When I think about it, I don't think there is another bookstore that has a wide selection of English books. Like there is also the Suomalainen kirjakauppa, and they will have English books, but it's a very small section. But here at the academic bookstore, you'll get a lot. Um, there is another place called Arcadia. over in Tulle, and they have a lot of great books. But it's not like this type of bookstore with lots of new books. It's more like a used bookstore, and more like a community space for people just to hang out and talk. Um, but yeah, and the people that work there are really nice. It's been a while since I've been over there, but yeah, that's another good bookstore. If you ever come to Finland, to Helsinki, go to the Arcadia bookstore. But yeah, uh, yeah, Japanese people are nuts over the Moomins. Lorelai, you don't like Mickey Mouse? Oreo munching Mickey Mouse, JF. That's what I'm talking about. He's the all-American Mickey Mouse. Yes, Sonoma Pro. That's it. So what kind of weird? I mean, it's weird to me, all right. Weird to me that you guys that Donald Duck is such a big deal here. Like in America, he's just one of many of these cartoon characters. Like it's so random that Donald Duck of all the characters is the big one here. But yeah, you had those Aku Anka paperback pocket books 27. Yeah. A local chain is called Konsalinen Kirjakauppa. That's another bookstore chain. I don't think I've seen that one. Where is it local to, Lorelai? Oh wait,
Nyt
let's do another
ensimmäistä
sentence here.
kertaa. Eniten kirjoja vie ulkomaille Ruotsi.
Wait, we got two sentences in one caption. That's crazy. Anything. I always forget this. Does this mean most? Most books vie. What is I've never seen this word. But I guess is it like they are sold abroad to Sweden?
Sen jälkeen tulevat Norja ja Tanska.
This dude looks so freaking Finnish. This is what I aspire to be. Look at the drip on my grandpa. You would never see an American grandpa look like this. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean I gotta translate the sentence and we'll get back to Gramps looking hella icy. Sen jälkeen tulevat Norja ja Tanska. After Sweden comes Norway and Denmark.
Jälkeen tulevat Norja ja Tanska. Suomi
We only got a few seconds with Mr. I mean, it's just look at the jeans on this guy.
Norja ja Tanska.
Look, the cuffed up, scarfed up. He's got the beanie. Maybe it is also my bias having grown up in the South, where people don't dress this warm. Or like when it gets cold in the South, everyone wears their like ski jackets because the only cold clothing that you have if you live in a warm climate is clothing for when you go to the mountains for skiing. And so people are like in, big puffy coats, and especially puffy coats from like the 1980s because people have had them in storage and never used them for so long. But yeah, the Kansallinen Kirjakalpa is there are three in Turku. I need to visit Turku again. It's been a while. Mickey is too preppy and nice to be relatable. Donald Duck with his mishaps is way more. That's another thing about Finnish people. You guys love your cranky, mean ass characters. Like the most popular character from the Moomins is Little Moo, right? she's like the meanest person. But people relate to that. They're like, I like it. She is true to herself. You like all the stories that had Uncle Scrooge in them, 27. I agree. Uncle Scrooge is awesome. I played a computer game as a kid called DuckTales. Wait, did you guys have DuckTales, the TV show? It was a TV show about Uncle Scrooge taking his nephews on adventures. I don't know what are the nephews called in Finnish? They were called Louie, Dewey, and I don't know. I don't. There's another one, but it might just be Ooey or some nonsense. But yeah, the three nephews would go on adventures with Uncle Scrooge because he was like super rich. And I did read the one comic that was about the Sampo and about the Kalevala, the adaptation of the Kalevala into. And actually, we pulled this up on stream. And I originally wanted to read the whole thing and finish with you guys, but it turns out that it was way too difficult. It turns out that for some reason, children's books in Finland are written with very difficult literary language. So it's like, what? Yeah, but I did read it in English as well. So it was, I think it was a good adaptation because it started off with the conceit that Uncle Scrooge is related to Elias Lönnrot, right? Like that Uncle Scrooge was just a little paper boy or something back in the 1800s, and he met Lönnrot, or maybe it was like his grandson or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I like that they had this whole connection, and they go and find the Sampo on some treasure hunt. And there was a computer game that was so much fun, DuckTales. I played that so much. It had all these, I don't want to call them mini games, but they were kind of like little mini games within the game where you had to like climb a mountain and you had to fly your plane. And the best way to fly the plane, because you had to land the plane in a barn. I don't know why, but you would have to crash land the plane into the barn. And the best way to do this, me and my brother figured out, is you fly like right above the barn, like you're gonna miss it, and then you do a backflip and boom, and you slam dunk your plane in. Oh, those were good games back in the 90s. Oh, okay, you call them Tupu, Hupu, and Lupu. Yeah, maybe it was Huey. Huey, that's it. Yeah. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, which roughly corresponds to those the same consonants in Finnish. Tupu, Hupu, and Lupu. Yeah. But the average American reads at a seventh to eighth grade level. I don't even know what that means. Who who made up these levels, first of all? Right? Who determined that there were grade levels of reading? Is Anchronica DuckTales or Quack Pack? Oh, that's DuckTales? Anchronica.
Suomi on kirjaviennissä vasta sijalla 4.
Finland has what? What? I guess is it like Finland has placed fourth in the book exports? Okay. So is it talking? I guess I don't, I'm confused because I'm thinking about Finland. I know it's like Finland isn't exporting as many books. That's the idea. But is it saying that Finland exports the exports the fourth most after those other three countries, which was Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, and then it's Finland? That seems like the most logical thing. But I was confused as well a little bit because I was thinking it could have meant like Finland exports the most to Sweden and then it follows Norway, but that seems to be less logical here. By the way, don't think I'm not going to notice this book over here. Can do any of you know what this book is? If anyone can name this, I don't even need to be able to read the text here. I 100% know. the book. I can recognize this photo from a million miles away in a blurry picture. Yes, Vlad, it is J.R.R. Tolkien. Thank you very much. And Lorelai, you got it as well. I love this is a fun quiz. This we should do this every time. Or I guess we can only do it now because it's showing all of these Helsinki locations in the news. But that's pretty funny. J.R.R. Tolkien. Um, yeah. I need to read The Hobbit in Finnish and Swedish. Maybe that should be my challenge. Or that should be like my New Year's resolution or something. To read a book in Finnish. Yeah. Do we get a Tolkien lecture today? I don't know. I'm not going to force a lecture. All right. The lectures have to happen naturally based off of the flow of the conversation and whatever stream of consciousness enters. But at the moment, no. I mean, I will say it's a good time for Tolkien lectures because I'm in the middle of listening to The Lord of the Rings on audiobook. When I go for my runs, I listen. And I just got past the part where Frodo and Sam look into Galadriel's mirror. And yeah. And the Bridge of Khazad-dûm that preceded it. So Gandalf. Gandalf might be my favorite character. Gandalf. I mean, Sam is also such a great character. But there you go. That's it. That's all.
Suomi myy ulkomaille vähemmän kirjoja kuin muut
Yeah.
Pohjoismaat.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Finland is selling abroad fewer books than other Nordic countries. Yeah. It's also funny that they're like showing all these books. Like these are all the imported books in English. Right? Right. I don't know.
Suomen kirjaviennin arvo oli viime vuonna 3 miljoonaa euroa.
Can you leave the caption up for like just a half second longer so I can stop it? So Finland's book export value was last year 3 million euros. That's all? That seems like so little. That's like nothing. For for an entire country, all the books that you sold internationally, just 3 million euros. I mean, I guess I would understand if the books are like only in Finnish, like why would people outside of Finland buy Finnish books, right? But like there plenty of Finnish books that get translated that get sold abroad? Maybe not. We need to write more books, guys. We need to write more internationally appealing books. We need like a Tolkien of Finland to rise up. All right. I'll take it upon myself. I'm tired of us losing at international book sales. And I'm going to write now a best-selling fantasy series set in Finland. No, I mean, it would be fun actually to write a story, not just to sell copies internationally. But I feel like it would also be fun to write a story set in the early 1900s, like sort of like a historical novel, historical fiction, right? Set in Helsinki, following characters around at that time when like Helsinki was transforming so fast. At the very least, I would enjoy researching for the book, learning about what life was like for people back then and what was going on. And it could be a sort of like For some reason, I feel like I would want it to be like a detective novel, like a murder mystery that involves. I think that's also because it's like it makes me think of like a Dan Brown novel, right? Like Dan Brown's like there. I don't know if murder mystery is not the right word for it, but they're kind of like thrillers that involve art and architecture. I feel like it would be cool to write one set in, the Art Nouveau era with all these buildings going up, and you could like use the different, I don't know, symbols and sculptures around Helsinki to signify certain things. I don't know, or just to be the kind of the backdrop to a crazy story. What will come first? Tyler learning Finnish, or we get to be Tolkien experts because of the constant lectures? Well, I'll say, to be fair, it's a lot easier to become an expert on Tolkien's stuff than it is to speak this freaking language, okay? Like it is way easier to learn about Tolkien than to have to memorize the gymnastics of the Finnish grammar. But yeah. Um, oh wait, you don't get a lecture like that, Vlad says. You must come up with some claim like the TV series isn't that bad. And then you'll trigger me, right? Then you're gonna actually, yeah, no. But yeah, Finland's a small country. But I don't know. I just feel like surely, surely someone, maybe not though. I don't know. Um, we have like three people that are full-time authors. Denmark and Sweden export detective novels where the characters look at each other in silence. I just remember the girl with the dragon tattoo, right? That's the classic one from Sweden. And there aren't that many translators to translate. Yeah. Dan Brown, you want a bad novel about Helsinki? Hey, I don't hate Dan Brown's novels. Though I feel like there have been times I've read it. My main problem with some of his writing is the characterization, and that uh, it's kind of, it's so cliche and also a little weird that like there's always like some young female researcher who falls in love with Robert Langdon, and it's kind of cringy. It's just like, come on, man, give us something. I don't know. And it's not even that necessary. Like it's not even a good, an interesting part of the story. But it's like, oh, it's fine if it happened in like one of the novels, but it happens in like all of them. But yeah, write a conspiracy novel involving what? I don't even know who those people are, JF. So you're gonna have to write that novel. And that's true. Yeah, Kaurismäki Smacky movies are just like that, right? They've got the um, Nauris Kaki, as some say. Wait, Nauris. I feel like I should know that that's a Finnish word, right? But yeah.
Vuonna 3 miljoonaa euroa. Suomi myy ulkomaille erityisesti lasten ja nuorten kirjoja.
Finland sells abroad, especially erityisesti lasten ja nuorten kirjoja. Yeah, children and young people's books. Um, that's true if you think about it. Like it's the Moomin books, right? Like, but not just the Moomins, I guess. I feel like that's the big one that people would purchase abroad. Okay, we don't need to do the weather. All right. We can quickly go through this and see about how our translation did. So on this one, first, yeah, news about jobs in the nursing sector. I translated it as like the healthcare sector, but I guess maybe, yeah, nursing is that more accurate than just saying the care sector? Um, Yeah, I think we got that one. Welfare areas plan to lay off thousands of employees. We did that one fine. Um, yeah, I think we got this one pretty well. Yeah, in these areas, hundreds of nursing jobs may end. Um, yeah, this was on Paco, right? Does that mean like, did you guys tell me already it means like a requirement, right? Welfare areas are laying off employees because they are forced to save money. Oh, by the way, let's put our music back on, by the way. This is Haunted Chocolatier. Nauris means a turnip, and kaki is a cuckoo, and the turnip cuckoo. But oh, okay, Bobrikov was the Governor General of Finland who enacted the Russification policies. And Schauman was a young patriot who murdered Bobrikov. Oh, wow. I don't know how I never came across that in the history of Finland. I guess, though, I haven't really studied the history of Finland like extensively. I feel like I've only just read a superficial kind of account. But yeah, I need to go back and study that. Hold on, right. Aikovat. Yeah, they plan. That was what I was hesitant on that word, but it means to plan to do something. Oh, I don't remember this in the. Well, we skipped this. We skipped this sentence. But yeah, the trade union Tehu says that the welfare region, well-being regions ovat käyneet tänä vuonna this year over 60 change negotiations. Käyneet. They have held over 60 change negotiations this year. Yeah, young people's concerns. Seuraavaksi. Aiheena on nuorten huolet. Oh yeah, what was this word? This köyhyydestä. Poverty. Finnish youth are concerned about war and poverty. Nuoria. Yeah, the young people are concerned also about the climate crisis. Many also fear that they will not find a job, right? Yeah, that's right. Oh, here, okay, this says this is revealed by a survey. Yeah, that I was maybe the closest I was thinking was this is made clear. Like selvitä, which is like to clarify or to explain. But is this a different verb than selvitä? Selvia. Does the T disappear when you put it in some other form? No, it is selvita. See, this is. I just see, if I see a root word like selva or selvi or whatever, and then I'm like, I think it's related to, some sort of clarification to become clear, selvita. The Finnish article about this was about the youth being too worried to spend even if they have money. Yeah. Yeah, this luota. I want to see, how does Google translate that? More than half of young people believe that the future is good. However, confidence. Luottamus is confidence, and luottaa is to believe. Or I guess to have confidence, right? Let's just double check it. Let's see. To trust, to rely, to count on. Oh, there's a sign in the staircase of the government palace on the place of the shooting. There's a plaque there. You had a sociology professor complaining about people not taking enough student loans? Why would the professor complain about that? Like, what is it their business? You know? If I wrote about Shaman and Bobrikov, I would be invited to television morning shows? What? Why? Wait, JF, why? Are you being sarcastic? Or are you like, is that like a thing? Like, I could just become an expert on it and get invited? Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to self-promote better. I need to be reaching out to these TV shows and be like, you need me to come on your show. You need more English language content. I'll do an interview in English about Tolkien. the Finnish influence on Tolkien's work. We could talk about that. But yeah, where were we? Confidence, suomalaiset nuoret ovat. So Finnish young people have been concerned about war and poverty. Yeah. And this is book exports, right? Is that how it's going to translate it? Oh no, don't go to AI mode. Jesus. I clicked on that once before and it just took me into a portal that I never wished to go into. Oh. I love that we're already going full circle where Googling something the old-fashioned way is now old-fashioned, right? That I'm old school, that I like to use just a basic search engine. I don't need to have an LLM generate 10 paragraphs of explanation on whatever I have. You know, it's like, just give me some links, okay? Yeah, book export. So I'm proud of myself. I did recognize this and I think it has to do with imports and exports. Because we had that as a word a while ago. But yeah. Yeah, Finland sells fewer books than other northern countries abroad. Pohjoismaiden, yeah. Oh, what? Okay, I want to see how Google translates kirjallisuus, because I feel like that means literature. Yeah, literature exports. I don't know why, but to me, not all books are literature. Maybe that's, I don't know. To me, I think of literature as like fancy books. Like, are you gonna tell me that Twilight is literature? You know? I guess it is. Technically, it's written. I don't want to be like a gatekeeper here, all right? It's fine. But it just sounded weird. Also, maybe I'm thinking like literature is like those books that win awards. That's the literature of Finland, or the literature of whatever. Not like just anybody who happens to publish a book. But yeah, oh wait, it said this is the first time that Nordic literature exports have been compared. I missed that. On vertailtu. Yeah, they have been compared for the first time. Oh, okay. And then, yeah, I was saying here, Sweden exports the most books, followed by Norway and Denmark. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I saw via and I was like, what the heck? I've never seen this word before. It is the verb of vienti, right? Is it vieda? Actually, if I go with vienthi, here I can type it. And then it should show me the verb, right? Vieda. Okay, look, I'm gonna pat myself on the back that I Sherlock Holmes my way into the verb just by looking at this. Vieda is to export, right? Or I guess vieda means to take somewhere to export. Vieda. To take away, whatever. Yeah, after that comes Norway and Denmark. Yeah, it has all the AI now. Rest in peace, Google search. But I've even noticed if I try to look for certain things on YouTube, the search results are awful. And I hate it. I hate that YouTube will put videos in my search results that have clearly nothing to do with what I searched for. It'll just be like, especially if I'm trying to find a video that I saw years ago, but I can't really remember who made it or what the title was, and I'm just kind of like putting in descriptions, like trying to figure it out. And then it will just be like, oh, here's all these recommended videos based on what you've watched, And I'm like, I'm not interested in that right now. Stop. And then it's like, oh, also here are a bunch of shorts that we're gonna stop it. I want videos. I don't want these vertical shorts, that you watch on your phone. Like, just give me what I'm asking for. It's the worst search tool. YouTube is horrible. You can't find anything on there anymore. And maybe I'm also so insulted because it's like, it's so clear that they're trying to channel me into the fast food, right? They're like, oh, you're gonna want to go down the shorts. Our research shows that consumers are happiest when they are on reels and shorts, and it has that stickiness, right? So you're addicted to the algorithm. And I'm like, it's like that scene out of Pinocchio where he gets lured to the island with all the other boys, but it's like they're all gonna die or something. How was that a children's movie, by the way? That was like the most horrific thing. Was it called Pleasure Island as well? It was like really messed up. but it stuck with me, all right? And it's applicable here. But yeah. Any auto dub channels get don't recommend channel? Wait, why? I need to start streaming on Twitch now, Vlad. I've thought about it, but I also feel like it's such a hassle and a commitment. I don't like to just start something if I'm like I'm not fully like, oh, we're gonna do this now for real. But I don't know, maybe it could be at least for gaming, Twitch probably would be better than YouTube, but I don't know. I'm also just kind of lazy. I want streaming to be fun and not to feel like it's work, right? And once you start, I don't know, trying to play the algorithm and whatnot, it's like, it's not so fun. You got spinach pancakes and carrot casserole, like a true Finnish person. Those spinach pancakes, man, that's weird. You asked what I thought was weird about Finland. There you go. Spinach pancakes and carrot casserole. Wait, what's in your carrot casserole? Because I was thinking for a second of just those shredded carrots that Finnish people eat, like just plain ass shredded carrots. But it's like the worst way to eat a carrot. Because at least if I had an actual carrot and I could bite it, it would be crunchy and sweet. But those shredded carrots, they have nothing going for them. They're so bland. Whatever sweetness and deliciousness that's actually in a carrot, it gets, I don't know, oxygenated, or it reacts with the oxygen in the air and evaporates or something. It's I'm making it sound like I hate that, but I'll still eat the shredded carrots, but every time I do, I'm just like, man, this is the worst way to have carrots. Also, the texture. Like I want my carrots to be crunchy and vibrant. I don't want my carrots to be like sad, thick hair, like bark shavings, right? It's like, who wants to have like it's like a wet mop, you know? what is what is this? But that's also a big thing in schools. And in any buffet you go to in Finland for lunch, right? Those lunch buffets, that's another big Finnish thing. Yeah, that was another thing I had to explain to my parents. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, like lunch is kind of a big deal here. Or the way that they do lunch here is it's like a cafeteria. You go to a place and there's like a buffet and you just pay whatever price and you get the lunch buffet. That's your, and there's always carrots there. It's shaved carrots. Oh. But yeah, Vlad, that's a good point. I could stream on both Twitch and YouTube. So it's not like I would have to give up YouTube, but yeah. You follow a daily kitty compilation shorts, Lorelai? Yeah. I don't really follow many cat videos. I'm more of a dog video guy. Instagram got me hooked on some dog videos. There's this one miniature dachshund that I follow who is called the Herminator. And he's hilarious. He's hilarious. I grew up with a mini excuse me. I grew up with a mini dachshund and they have so much personality. And the guy or the couple who has this, the Herminator, they run a commentary and they know his routine in the bedroom. Like he drinks water, he goes to the pee pad, he pees on the edge of the pee pad, mostly not on the pee pad, but his front paws are on the pee pad. And then he walks over and he sniffs the air that comes out of the vent in the wall. And there's a whole community of people who now they've all, they call Herminator like an addict for Ventinol. And he needs to get his hit of the vent. There's so much personality in these little dogs. Like they just do their thing, you know? But yeah, okay, the shredded carrot is not carrot casserole. Okay, thank you. I'm glad I asked. What goes into carrot casserole? I need to try that. And Lorelai, you can't with the Christmas casseroles? I feel like I don't really know that much about a lot of these Finnish meals. I don't know, the more traditional casseroles and whatnot. I need to do some research and experimentation of my own, because I know a lot of it I won't eat or won't be able to eat because I'm vegan. But I'm sure I can find some substitutes or vegan versions of these. Maybe that's what I got to do. I'm going back to the US for Christmas. So I'll make some really bad Finnish casseroles to share with my family. Guys, I tried to bring back salmiakki years ago, and I could not pay people to eat it. It's that bad. All right. I'm serious. I brought it back. I was like, you guys got to try it. I brought the sisu, like the classic salmiakki. But I've also been told sisu is kind of like the salmiakki that your grandpa keeps in his glove compartment in his car from like 1994. That it's like it's not necessarily the nicest, but I'm just saying, I've tried. I don't think I'm bringing back salmiakki again. No, nobody likes it. All right. I've got nephews and nieces to impress. All right. And I'm not ruining my chance, my reputation I'm not putting my reputation on salmiakki. Thank you very much. I may bring back some of these ginger cookies, right? The ginger, I would call them ginger snaps. There's like these little thin cookies. And I got the, there's like an orange ginger snap version. It's like, they're addictive. I can just sit and eat 100 of them. The American palate, it must be sweet. Exactly. Yes. Shredded carrot needs lemon juice to taste good. Yeah. Aw, a poor elderly pupper you follow on TikTok died, Lorelai. I'm sorry. It's tough. It's tough losing little dogs. They have such big souls, you know? And they just give. They give. They just radiate love. And it's hard to lose them. Christmas dinner for you. Lorelai is just a little bit of ham. The main ingredients are mashed carrots mixed with boiled rice or barley and liquid, usually milk or cream. Boiled rice or barley. Butter and eggs may be mixed into the mash, which may also be flavored with sugar and salt. I don't know. Maybe I should just give it a try. Find a recipe. I feel like if you maybe got a little more creative with some of the seasoning, right? It could actually taste really good. A white pepper and grated nutmeg. You live on rice porridge, Lorelai? Yeah, that's another weird thing to me. Rice porridge. It's not bad. But the way that Finnish people go nuts for rice porridge confuses me. The way Finnish children go crazy for rice porridge. I was so surprised when I was teaching and it was rice porridge day because it was like the last week of school before Christmas and everyone was so excited for it. And I get it that it's special, but like people went overboard and with huge bowls of porridge. Like, man, you Finnish people, man. Like rice porridge, are you kidding me? Give me a bowl of Fruit Loops, okay? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Any day over this weak ass rice porridge. Captain Crunch would kick rice porridge's ass. All right, you wouldn't last a day in America. This isn't where breakfast foods were born, but it's where they were perfected. I'm being a little facetious, all right? I'm joking. But I've recently gotten back into eating cereal, but not the kind like, Captain Crunch and whatever. But like, I have a lot of granola. I love granola. And I love like sweet, sugary granola. Like, that's what it's all about. You gotta treat yourself. You gotta. You can't be sitting here thinking, oh, I gotta eat the saddest, blandest food of all time. No, all right? You gotta treat yourself a bit. Oh, Lorelai, okay. You have weird autism stuff about food, so you got to stick to your things, right? You know it works for you, and I respect that. Watch the channel Holly the Blue Staffy. I don't think I've seen that. Rice porridge tastes good. With extra salt, Lorelai? What? Yeah, true being diabetic, you would die within 48 hours in the US, Vlad. No. You wouldn't die. You would just go bankrupt. We would keep you alive in the hospital, but only so that we could extract all the money from you. All right. Yeah, no. Another weird thing to me is that people put almonds in gluggy. Whoever started doing that needs to be slapped. And I think it might not. It's not just a Finnish thing, right? Like, I feel like I've seen it in Germany, or like it predates Finland's use of glöggi, most likely, right? Also, because almonds can't even be grown here in Finland. Don't they need like a more temperate climate? So it would have probably had to come from abroad anyway. But to me, that is that is so gross. I don't dislike almonds, but the texture of like drinking something and having almond shavings, soggy almond shavings entering my orifice, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't want that. Like, a gloogie should just be crisp. Well, not crisp. Like, it's not fizzy, but it should just be clean, smooth, like sweet and spicy, right? That's all you want. A good mulled wine. Oh yeah, and raisins. Oh no, raisins. They put raisins in gloogie too. I forgot about that. Raisins need to be stopped. Thank you, Lorelai. Thank you for agreeing with me. I feel like most of my hot takes you guys do not agree with because you're all Finnish. You've all been brainwashed. You've all been brainwashed into loving your foods. But yeah, no. All right. Well, hold on. Let me double check some of these other sentences really quick. Yeah, Finland is only in 4th place in book exports. Yeah. Yeah, Sialla means like the place or position. And I guess Vasta is sort of like only 4th place. Is that what Vasta means in this context, probably? Yeah. Oh yeah, in particular. The erityisesti. I translated it as especially. But in this context, maybe in particular is better. But yes, okay, are we going to have a stream next week? We will not. Because I will be traveling back to the US. And so I'll be in the US for several weeks, but that first week will be tough for streaming. So I'm pretty sure I won't be able to do a stream next week for either Finnish or Stardew Valley, but I will try to stream at other times. But I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord. But yeah. Yeah, I'll be, and it's all gonna happen so fast. Chris, like, December always disappears. Like, it's the fastest month. And then the slowest month is like January and February. Or maybe March. I feel like March is really slow because you're just ready for spring and spring never comes. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I should probably wrap up the stream here in a second. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys today. I feel like the news was pretty fun. Yeah, actually, the news was pretty optimistic, all things considered. Apart from the poor people who are losing their jobs and the young people being worried about things, you know. and Finland not selling enough books abroad. It was still fun looking at all the sights and whatnot over here. My man. What's this man's name? It's probably something like Osmo. Osmo. But he looks like he has a Swedish last name. Right? Osmo Schnellman. I don't know. I'm probably not good at coming up with fake names for people, but there you go. Are you? Oh, you guys are saying Paavo, Tavi, Tavetti. Oh, you had your weekend ruby port wine. That tastes like gluggy. Sandman port. Oh, I think I saw you post it, 27, in the Discord. Glad you're enjoying it. Actually, I'm excited when I go back to the US. There is a beer there that is called the Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. And I have a distinct memory of having this and it being like my favorite beer ever. Because it's just, it's like chocolatey and, I mean, I don't know, chocolatey is not the right word. I don't know. It's so rich and delicious. It's a kind of like it's a very strong beer, but it's also like you just savor it. It's almost like a whiskey kind of. It actually has, because the beer is aged in former whiskey barrels, so it has some of the whiskey flavor in it, and it's a really nice beer for like winter and for the holidays. So when I go back, I'm gonna try it because you can't get it here. You can't get it here. So I had that on my mind. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that again when I go back for sure. Yeah, and other things like in America, we have things called growler stations. A growler, this. And you literally, you buy one of these jugs, which looks like an old-fashioned rum jug. Like from those old movies where the alcoholic person, is walking around holding one of these things. It's like that. But you go to a store that's kind of like, it's a bar, but it's specifically for people who want to enjoy craft beer. And they typically will have like 20 or more taps of craft beers, and you can taste them. Usually, not every place does this, but you can usually taste a bunch of the beers and then decide which one you want to take home, and you get a growler filled up. I don't know how much a growler is, but it's got to be like 4 liters maybe. There's different sizes of these, right? But yeah, it's like a gallon. Typically not more than a gallon, I feel like. Yeah. But yeah, you fill it up, and then if you could take it home and share it with friends and family, or like for parties, people will get it. But yeah, that's another cultural thing. But I don't know, I feel like growler stations are a total new thing that we came up with. I don't feel like that was around. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I'm going off about this. I promise there's other things I want to do in America besides having some alcohol. I promise I don't have a problem, okay? Jeez. But yeah, you guys. Yeah, everything was bad in the news, but somehow it was still fun. Well, it wasn't as bad. Usually it's really depressing, but this is only mildly depressing, right? We can get more book exports. Or we just need to write a bestseller young adult fantasy novel series. And we'll be back up there, right? But yeah, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thanks for joining the stream, learning Finnish with me. I can feel that my Finnish is getting better, and that is a good feeling. And yeah, thanks, Poyu. And I hope for smooth traveling as well. With the holidays and whatever. But the good thing is that I can fly directly to Dallas, and that makes it a lot easier. So I know that at least if I get stranded in Dallas, I'm relatively close to home. It's still like a 5-hour drive, but I have friends in Dallas, and there's many flights between Dallas and San Antonio, so I'll be able to hop on another one if I miss my connection. But yeah, thanks for the stream, and it's not just a feeling. Well, thank you for that, Vlad. And yeah, thanks everybody. It's good to have you all here in the chat. 27, Vlad, Lorelei, Poyu, Leon earlier, JF as well. Probably forgetting a few people, and all of my lurkers. Shout out to the lurkers who be lurking. Will I play the opening theme of Dallas while driving to Dallas? You know, I've never watched the show Dallas. I don't even know how the opening theme goes, Vlad. Maybe that I need to watch that show for my own cultural enrichment, you know, so at least I know how to talk about it. It's also like there's a TV show that's really old called The Waltons, and I've never seen it, even though that's literally my name. I am a Walton, like, but you know, it's an old TV show. But yeah, guys, all right. Have a good rest of your week. I'm gonna do a Stardew stream later this week. It might not be on Thursday, but if it's not on Thursday, I'll do it on Friday. All right, I haven't quite decided yet plans, but yeah, we'll do one more Stardew stream this week, and then next week we will be off. But I'll let you guys know in the Discord, and yeah. Hope you guys have a good start to your Christmas holiday season, and yeah, hope to see you in the next live stream whenever it happens to be. All right, guys, goodbye.